All right, so now that this meeting is being recorded, I would like to say good morning again to everyone. This is me, Coach Shannon Estino, and today we will be discussing IELTS Grammar 1. But before we begin, I'd like to have a little bit of a pep talk with you guys before we start. So I would like to ask you, what are you doing today in order for you to achieve the band score that you are targeting? All right, so earlier I was talking to one of you, see Jean, yeah, I was talking to her, and she did mention that she has a target band score of 7 to 8, which is quite high, but that's normal because she will be taking the academic IELTS test. So I know sometimes whenever we receive feedback from our coaches and whenever we get results from mock tests, we feel like we're still too far away from our target band score. So that's why I want to ask you this morning, what approach or what kind of strategies, what kind of attitude have you been showing in order for you to really achieve your target band score? Should I call on names or would you like to volunteer for answers? Okay, I'm gonna ask Jaflor, please unmute your microphone and answer my question. Should I type? What preparation have you been doing nowadays to achieve your target band score? This is the question that I want you to answer. Yes, Jaflor, can you please unmute your microphone and answer this question?
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
The preparations I've been doing is watching YouTube, especially the IELTS Advantage, that would motivate me to achieve my target band score.
I'm
And
sorry, I think you need to speak a little louder or come closer to the microphone because nag-fade yung boses mo bigla.
hello,
Yes.
am I clear now, Coach?
Naririnig niyo ba siya ng maayos? Is it loud enough? Because it seems like it's not so loud enough. Okay, can you try again, please?
Good morning, Coach.
Okay, that's better. Yes,
Hello.
you may continue.
Okay. Okay. The preparations I've been doing is watching YouTube movie or YouTube videos, especially the IELTS Advantage, and of course more practice and practice, especially in speaking, because I really believe that is one of my weaknesses for me to achieve my target band score. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you so much for your answer, Jaflor. Okay, parang na-pressure kayo sa sinabi ko kanina na dapat EOP, no? Alright. Okay. So Jaflor answered that she's been listening and watching YouTube videos, particularly the ones in English, in order for her to improve her listening skills and overall her English communication skills, which is very, very helpful. You guys should have that kind of attitude of being resourceful because nowadays you don't really have any more excuses. If you feel like you're helpless in the situation, actually you're not because there are so many ways for you to access online sources. Everyone has their devices, everyone has access to the internet nowadays. So, tamad na lang talaga if you are not going to do anything about it, right? Because as you know, our face-to-face classes is minsan 2 times a week, and then one-on-one coaching is once a week. Sometimes you can't attend all those sessions, and that's not enough. So you need additional materials, additional exposure to the English language in order for you to improve, right? Okay, may I ask others to answer? How about you, Sunshine? What have you been doing nowadays?
Good morning, ma'am. So the preparation I've been doing lately is I'm reading a lot. So my vocabulary to expand my vocabulary, and also I've downloaded some apps that can help me to improve my speaking skills. If you're familiar with the Stimular app that I just noticed in my Instagram app, so I've been using those apps now to improve my speaking, especially.
Do you want to
Thank you,
share?
ma'am.
Would you mind if you share those apps? Baka makahelp din sa iba.
Yes, ma'am. It helps me to improve my speaking because this app, not only it's up to you if what skills do you want to improve about yourself. But me, I'm always speaking in this similar app. As you can see, it's hard for me to talk in English. That's why I needed some other resources to help me improve these skills. So this similar app is
Can you
um
type the name, please? And
okay,
so
ma'am.
that everyone else can know the name of the app.
Yes, ma'am. So
Stimular. Stimular?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Similar app.
Is it available on Play Store and on App Store?
Yes, ma'am. It is available in App Store, but you need to pay 349 pesos per month.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes,
So thank
ma'am.
you so much for sharing that, Sunshine. I
Thank you
believe
po.
it's gonna be helpful for everyone. So ayan, nakakakuha tayo ng iba pang tips from the others. So anybody else, I think you should share if ever meron kayong ibang sources or techniques on how to improve your English skills, because sharing is caring. Am I right? All right, I found the app. So eto siya, meron siyang microphone na white and black background. Okay. If you want, guys, I actually downloaded this too, but I recently deleted it because I didn't have time to use it. This is being advertised on Facebook. Am I right, Sunshine?
Yes, ma'am.
So, isesend ko siya sa GC natin, which is schedule. Dun ko isesend yung itsura ng app so that if anybody else wants to download it, you would know what it looks like, okay? There you go. All right, let's call on one last individual from the group. So we have, how about you, Jessamine? Jessamine, did I pronounce your name correctly? Jessamine or Jezza?
You can call me Jessa, ma'am, but it's
Jezza.
Jessamine. Yeah. Uh, I have been reviewing. I have been reviewing for the last 3 days or 4 days. I'm a new student, so my preparation for the IELTS exam are I'm reading news. I'm reading books that Ma'am Laika. If you know Team Laika Maravilla, one of the reviewer for civil service exam. Uh, she's been uh, she's been uh what do you call it? She's been recommending some good books uh that have nice good grammars, and it's hard for me to speak because my mind is and my thoughts have been bombarded for like lots of ideas. That's why I have been listing all the recordings, all the videos that you have been recommending to review. Yun lang po.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, so I just spoke to Jessamine, right? Jessamine. So, meron siyang minention na civil service exam reviewer. Okay. Particularly in English, right? Or
Yes po, ma'am.
is it
It's like
available in National Bookstore? The book?
uh yeah, the books or the I'm gonna search for it. Wait.
It's okay. You don't have to be pressured. You can do it later after our class, okay?
Okay, thank you,
Thank you so
ma'am.
much for your suggestion. We appreciate it. Anything that you would like to add, you can drop it here in our chat thread. As I said, sharing is caring. Now, I have mentioned this 1,000 times already, pero sa mga bago, uulitin ko, you can access this for free. Actually, I want to send you the link. You can still see my screen, am I right? Okay, so this is Engu.com. It's Japanese owned website. Engu.com is specializing in English online tutorials for Japanese learners, but they came up with this free website which you can access 24/7. And it covers a lot of materials. We have daily news for global issues and articles. Some of them are a little bit outdated, pero check nyo na lang. Marami din namang relevant and new articles dito. And then they also have this one, particularly about grammar. So it covers basic topics in grammar. And then we also have this section over here, the conversation topics. It's really helpful if you want to practice with someone like a friend or your husband, your wife. Ay, wala palang lalaki dito. Your husband's women, okay? Or anyone that you could practice with. Yan. Kayo na lang mag-navigate, kayo na lang mag-explore ng website na to. I'm just giving you a quick overview. Ang daming materials. And then they also have IELTS speaking. They just added this, I think, 2 years ago. Yes. Bagong feature nila to. It's IELTS speaking test preparation, which covers level 4 for intermediate level students. Ito yung hindi ka pa ganun ka advanced when it comes to English. So these are the topics that you can practice with. And we also have level 6, high intermediate level, and we have level 8 for advanced speakers. These are the topics. As you can see, per section has 20 topics each. See? Ito lang practice test sets ang may 10 topics. But let me show you what it looks like. I'm going to open one. Let's open cities and hometowns. So as you can see, there is a warm-up exercise where you can you can practice your pronunciation. And then there's also helpful vocabulary in enhancing your vocabulary bank, lexical resource. Then we have speaking 3, dialogue, wherein you can practice with someone or read it alone if you want. And then practice questions, comprehension questions. This one is really, really helpful. Exercise 6, because these are the common questions that will be asked, particularly about cities and hometowns. So, bawat topic, iba-iba tayo ng questions, syempre. And I think this material is really helpful. If you guys want, okay, I'm not gonna ask if you want. May sakit lang daw yung tinatanong. So, sisend ko na sa inyo yung link para naman happy kayong lahat. Okay? Thank you so much, Jessamine, for sending the list of books. Okay. Ang daming commercial bago mag-start. Okay, let's begin. So, there are 4 basic grammar lectures that we will be tackling for your review. So we have grammar 1, grammar 2, grammar 3, and grammar 4. I don't know yet if I can still access the materials for grammar 5, but I will let you know. And I think there's one more. It's a general grammar lecture for everyone. Yung mga kailangan lang ng shortcut or parang sama-sama na lahat ng grammar problems na meron ng IELTS takers. So that's grammar for the IELTS. Sometimes we also plot that in our schedule. Maybe we will do that in the coming weeks. Okay. So for the next 2 weeks or more, I'm going to be handling coaching and checking of your writing tasks and also the lectures because Sir Kevin will be away for 2.5 weeks. So yes, we will be covering a lot of grammar, vocabulary, speaking lectures. So let's start with grammar 1. Grammar 1 will be focusing on nouns. Okay. So I know this is a very basic topic, but then I would like you to know the importance of grammar in your IELTS. As you know, there's a section grading criteria for your speaking and writing, grammatical range and accuracy. Okay, this accounts 25% of your score both in writing and in speaking because, of course, grammar is one of the fundamental lessons that you need to take up in order for you to improve your speaking skills because you cannot easily come up with your ideas and thoughts if you don't know how to construct them in complete sentences or effective sentences. Okay? So, as I said, it directly affects your score. It's like 1/4 of your whole score in English speaking and writing. So, if your grammar is weak in IELTS, your score will be dragged down. So, even if we feel like this lesson is just a minor lecture, I feel like you need to refresh your memory since these lessons have been discussed in a very long time ago. Elementary, high school, if you're not an English major or you didn't take an education course, definitely back in high school pa tong mga lessons na to. So that's why it would really help if we refresh our memories. So another importance of grammar in IELTS is it enhances your precision. Okay, when we say precision is expressing your ideas and your thoughts yourself in a more accurate way. Okay, so if you are knowledgeable well in grammar, you can express yourself in any situation, in different sentence structures, and in a more effective manner. Okay? So, noun. Okay, when we say noun, these are the names of a person, place, thing, or idea. Okay? There are many different kinds of nouns, and we will talk about them. But this is really basic. Okay, so for persons, we have teacher, doctor, or the proper noun, Maria. Then we have places, things, and ideas. Okay, a lot of you are already familiar that nouns are persons, places, things. But did you know that nouns are also ideas? They are intangible. When we say intangible, you can't touch them. because they're ideas, right? But they're actually considered nouns. So the word happiness, freedom, love, faith, honesty, integrity, hope, those are nouns. But they are intangible, and that's okay because they're still under the category of nouns. Okay. We have what you call common nouns. They are the general names for places, objects, events, and ideas. Ano yung kabaliktaran ng common noun? If we have common nouns, we also have what you call specific or proper nouns. Okay, so when it comes to common nouns, these are generic terms that we use for people, places, objects, events, and ideas. So for people, we use terms such as mother, child, student, sister, brother. For places, we have parks, beach, church. But be careful because common nouns can turn into proper nouns as well if they are associated with a specific name of a brand, a place. Okay? Same goes with objects and people, right? So for objects, we have brush. But it will become a proper noun if we specifically name the brand. Oral-B toothbrush. Toothbrush alone is a common noun, but Oral-B is a brand, so it becomes a proper noun, okay? And ideas, yan, love, respect, pride. Again, when we say common nouns, there's a very important rule when it comes to capitalization. You should not capitalize the first letter of the common nouns, the common nouns, especially if they are just in the middle of the sentences. Kapag lang when they are starting in the beginning of a sentence, that's the only time that you can use the uppercase or capitalize the letters. And of course, if they are associated with a proper noun. Okay, capitalization is one of the areas na chine-check sa writing. Kaya important to, okay? So let's have a quick activity. Identify the common nouns in the sentences. So we have 10 sentences. Meron tayong 5 participants. So Jean, Jaflor, Jessamine, Rhea, Sunshine, 2 each. Okay? So in numerical order, we have Jean, 1 and 2, Jaflor, 3 and 4, Jessamine, 5 and 6, Rhea, 7, 8, and Sunshine, 9, 10. Identify the common nouns in these sentences. Let's begin. Please unmute your microphone, Jean.
For number one, the common nouns in number one are teacher and homework. For number two, park and house.
Okay, very good. Next.
Common nouns for number 3, we have friend and football.
Mm-hmm.
Then number 4, dress and party.
Party, okay. Next.
Number 5, the common noun is the city. And number 6, glass of water.
Glass and water.
Glass of water, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because the word of is a preposition, so it's not a noun, right? Okay, number 7 and 8. Hello? Rhea, are you there?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, let's
7,
identify the common nouns on 7 and 8.
7 and 8 is book and what is that? Dog. Is it
Mm-hmm.
dog
Tree.
is the noun, ma'am? A tree.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Okay, thank you so much. And then we have Sunshine, 9 and 10.
Ito, paano ko ba i-mute to?
Number 9, we ate lunch in a small restaurant. Restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
lunch.
Mm-hmm.
So number 10, the student answered all the questions correctly. Student. And questions.
Okay, let's check. You all got the answers correctly. I feel like may kulang sa number 3. Hindi ko lang naisama, pero guys, football is also a noun. Okay? Please take note that the word football is also a noun. Okay, that was really easy, but it's a good way to wake your brains, right? To activate your brain cells. So we have another participant. Mary Beth, welcome to the Zoom session. Today's topic is Grammar 1, and we're going to talk about nouns. So we started with the basic common nouns. Now we will move on to proper nouns. I was comparing this to common nouns earlier. When we say proper nouns, you have to always remember the capitalization rule for proper nouns because we are pertaining to specific brands, names of people, places, events, objects, right? So we have here John Smith, of course, the first name and the last names should have their first letters capitalized. Middle initials as well should be capitalized. Places. New York City. What if we type New York? As we all know, if this is used alone in a sentence, it's just a lowercase city. Okay? I will move out. I will move out of the city soon. But of course, I am planning to visit New York City. In this case, the word city, which was a common noun on the first sentence, will become a proper noun on the second sentence because it's associated with the words New York. All right? And of course, any brand name should be capitalized. Oreo, Sharpie, Mongol pencils. And then we have events, holidays, Christmas, Valentine's, Halloween, Thanksgiving Day. All right? Yung word na Thanksgiving. Capitalize din dapat yung day, even though the word day is actually just a common noun. Kagaya ng Valentine's Day. Right? So those are proper nouns. So, ayan. Brands. Now, there is a very important topic that we should discuss when it comes to capitalization. Pero kasi may isa ng student na nagtanong sa akin ito. At gusto ko din i-address right now. Maraming nagtanong, how about the brand iPhone, iPad? Bakit naka-lowercase yung letter I, naka-uppercase yung letter P? Can anybody answer that question? We know that the brand itself is Apple. Apple, right? But they have iPhones, iPads. They also used to have, ito pala, iMac. Tama ba? iMac ba? Or MacBook. Pero naka-capitalize na kasi letter M eh. They used to have another device. It's an MP3 player. Pero hindi na, wala na sa market right now eh. Okay. So in this case, you don't need to debate anymore. There are certain brands which prefer to have their certain letters lowercase. Yung Samsung nga, yung baliktad na V, 'di ba? Yung Samsung. So, yun kasi trip nila, guys. Okay? Huwag na natin silang guluhin or problemahin yun. You still have to spell it the way the brand spells it. But of course, if it's in the beginning of a sentence, you can't. You can't. Should be. iPhones are known for their durability and sleek designs. Diba? But if it's in the middle of a sentence, I'm currently using an iPhone 17. Okay? Ganyan siya. All right. Let's move on. Now we're going to talk about a little more complicated topics about nouns. So we have what you call the countable nouns. When we say countable nouns, these are words that you can literally count. So they can take singular or plural form. So for example, apple, an apple, 3 apples. A banana, 10 bananas. Eggs, carrots, donuts. So basically, it's easy to count, and logically, you can count them with your hands or with a calculator. However, we have what you call uncountable nouns, which we will discuss as well later. So under countable nouns, we have what you call concrete nouns, because concrete nouns are pertaining to nouns that you can physically see. You can touch it, okay? You can smell it, you can taste it. So we have pencils, apples, tables, chairs, soap. The list goes on, okay? Always remember when we say concrete nouns, we're talking about things that you can see, hear, smell, touch, and taste. All your 5 senses can be used when it comes to concrete nouns. Now, we are going to talk about collective nouns. When we say collective, from the word itself, it pertains to a group of people or things. A choir of singers, a crew of sailors, an army of soldiers, okay? This is what you call collective nouns. Now let's talk about non-countable nouns or uncount nouns. Non-countable, uncount nouns is the same thing. So these words only take singular form. Okay, balik tayo muna ulit dito sa countable nouns. Pag sinabi nating singular or plural form, the verbs that you will use here depend whether it's singular or plural. I have ordered um 10 eggs. Pag naging collective noun siya, I ordered a tray of eggs. Collective noun si tray of eggs, diba? And then, para naman ma-differentiate natin. She orders 10 eggs. And then, she okay, ito. She ate some cake. You cannot say she ate a cake. This is wrong. Because she literally did not eat the whole cake. Unless talagang kinain niya yung buong cake, which I doubt a person can do in one sitting. Because ideally, cake is eaten one slice at a time, right? Grabe naman sa gutom yung isang buong cake kinain. So, we use quantifiers such as some. She ate some cake. Because cake is an uncount noun or non-countable noun. So you can't say she ate a cake. You can say, though, she ate a slice of cake. Yan. All right? So let's go back. So we have anything in your pantry that is measured and not counted by piece is non-countable noun. So we have condiments, pepper, oil, cooking oil, olive oil, soy sauce, vinegar, fish sauce, and what are other ingredients like flour, salt, milk, bread. These are all non-countable nouns. It means you can't consume them per bottle. Like you can't drink a liter of milk or a carton of milk in one sitting, right? You can drink a cup of milk, a glass of milk. You can eat a slice of bread, a piece of bread, but you can't eat the whole loaf in one sitting. Not unless you're really starving at that certain point of your of your day. Pero hindi din siya ideal, and I don't think anybody would do that. So, under non-countable nouns, we have abstract nouns. They have no physical existence, meaning we can't see them. Earlier, when we talked about countable nouns, we discussed concrete nouns, which are nouns that you can touch, you can see, you can smell, you can hear. However, contrary to that, we have non-countable nouns, and under that, we have abstract nouns, which do not have any physical existence. You can't see them, you can't hear, smell, touch, or taste them, but they exist. These are what you call love, freedom, help, intelligence, hope, okay? These are all called abstract nouns. We have more participants. Oh, welcome to the class, Marzan. Okay. All right. Is it easy to differentiate the difference between countable and non-countable nouns? It's easy, but then when you start making sentences, that's when it gets a little more challenging. But of course, you have to take on the challenge. When they are in their undivided sense, these are the concrete nouns that are under the non-countable category: oil, sand, water, sugar, coffee, and the list goes on. Okay. For substances, we have leather, silver, metal, paper, wine, wood, air, meat, rice, coffee, bread, butter, water. For activities, running, gardening, swimming, shopping, camping. I know you might be thinking, isn't that the present participle of the nouns? Run, garden, swim, shop, camp. Yes, I understand. But these function as nouns because you can say that I went running this morning. You didn't say I was running this morning. Magkaiba kasi yun, okay? Okay, let me give an example here. I went running this morning. Mapagkakamalan nating verb din yung word na running sa sentence na to. But the main verb here is I went. I went running this morning. This is pertaining to an activity. That's why this is considered a noun in this sentence. But if I change the structure and I make it, I was running earlier today. This is the main verb, okay? I was running earlier today. It is functioning as the verb. And here in this sentence, it functions as an activity. Okay? I'll give another example. Nalagay ko sana at the mall, pero babaguhin ko. In Vietnam. Palayuin mo natin ng konti. Okay. The ladies enjoyed their shopping experience in Vietnam. I would like to ask, what do you think is the verb in this sentence? The ladies enjoyed their shopping experience in Vietnam. What is the verb in this sentence? Can anybody raise their hands and give me the correct answer? Nobody wants to take the risk? Okay, I'm gonna call on someone. Sunshine, how about you? Can you tell me what do you think is the verb in this sentence?
I think the verb in this sentence is the word enjoyed.
Correct, that's right. Because the word shopping is just an activity in this sentence. It's considered as a noun, right? Okay, if I change it and I write we will be shopping. We will be shopping at SM Mall of Asia this afternoon. Of course, this is when it's used as a verb. We will be shopping. Okay? So, I hope na-clarify ng konti. Baka kasi nalito kayo. Bakit may mga present participle words sa activities and sports. And next, we have subjects. Mathematics, history, physics, law, civics, art, and all the other subjects. And languages are also considered as nouns. Okay? Now let's talk about capitalization rules. This is very basic, but I feel like it's very important because we are now in a generation na sanay na lang sa predictive text, auto-spell. Di ba yung mga cellphones nyo, yung mga devices nyo, your tablets, your iPads, your computers, even Google Documents, they have auto-correction features Kaya naman, tamad na talaga na gawin ang mga tamad na tayong i-correct yung spelling, yung capitalization. Hindi na natin inaalam kasi everything is digital nowadays. But, I'm sorry to tell you, isa to sa mga iiskoran sa grabe naman sa word na i-score. This will be scored in your IELTS writing test, capitalization, okay? And I have noticed that a lot of IELTS test takers have been neglecting these capitalization rules. Basic, so basic. Number one, first word of a sentence always should be capitalized. The pronoun I. If the pronoun I is used as a subject in a sentence, automatically it should be capitalized. You cannot argue or debate about this. It should always be capitalized. Proper nouns, okay? Always capitalized. Name of a person, name of a place, name of a country, name of a brand, anything that is specific should be capitalized, proper nouns. Countries, nationalities, languages. Filipino. I am Filipino. Of course, yung letter F sa Filipino, capitalize yon, okay? I speak Filipino. I speak English. I am American. Yan. Days, months, and holidays. Hindi kasali yung seasons, okay? So we have summer, winter, spring, fall, autumn, or autumn. Of course, yung mga yon minsan nalilito kayo, akala nyo dapat i-capitalize. No, you don't need to capitalize seasons anymore. And then we have titles with names. Okay. When we say titles with names, doctor. Ano pa? Attorney. Ayan. Kapag kasama niya yung name mo, that's when you capitalize it. Okay? Let's say Attorney David Laksamana. This should be capitalized, the letter A, okay? Doctor of infectious diseases. Let's say Dr. Mark Reyes. Literal na siya yung doktor. Doktor ko nung na-dengue ako. Okay. And then we have geographical features. Geographical features. Northern. Southern California. I live in Southern California. Social. Okay, yan. But of course, if I use it in a different context, I live in the southern part of California. I live in the southern part of California. As you can see, naka-lowercase yung letter S kasi hindi naman siya kadikit nung name or nung name ng country, which is California. So, you're just describing it. I live in the southern part of California. Unlike sa first sentence, associated siya sa bansa. Okay? And then we have nationalities, religions, and ethnic groups. Okay. Religions. Muslim, Christian, Catholic, Roman Catholic. Okay. Nakakapitalize yung mga first letters. Hinduism, Buddhism, diba? Always capitalize them. Historical events and periods. Yes, we have Bonifacio Day, Rizal Day. Titles of books and movies. Okay. The Chronicles. The Chronicles of Narnia. As you can see, hindi naman lahat ng letters kailangan i-capitalize lalo na kung nasa gitna lang sila ng title. But in this case, yung word na the, naka-capitalize siya kasi siya yung first word dito sa title, The Chronicles of Narnia. But, the little princess, the princess, and the frog. In this case, naka-lowercase lang si the dito. Okay? Kasi, nasa gitna lang naman siya and isa lang siyang article. Pero pag nasa umpisa, should be capitalized. The Princess and the Frog. Okay? All right. So, it's been almost an hour since we've been having our online session. So, ipagpapatuloy natin ang capitalization rules once we come back after a 5-minute break. Okay? See you. Okay, let's continue. I like my hair today. It's a good hair day. Feeling. What I mean is, pinlansya ko lang yung hair ko kaya maganda, but anyways. So, let's continue. First word of a sentence. These are the examples. Don't worry, I'll send you a copy of this handout. So, mamaya, pwede nyo naman siyang i-access dun sa handout. Pronoun I. And then we have proper nouns. This is the wrong sentence, and it should be I live in the Philippines. Countries, nationalities, and languages: Japan, Filipino, English, Spanish. Yan. And then we have days, months, and holidays. Seasons are not capitalized unless they're part of a title, a book title, or a song title. Yan, pwede mo yan i-capitalize. Titles with names: President Marcos, Dr. Smith. But not when the president gave a speech. Okay? Geographical features: Pacific Ocean, Mount Everest. So, the word mount is just shortcut for mountain. Okay, so if you use it in a generic term, like, we went hiking at the mountains. Syempre, lowercase lang yung letter M done. Okay? Historical events: World War II, Industrial Revolution. I already discussed this. And then this last part is salutation in letters. Of course, yung sir, madam, letter D, at saka yung SR, yung first letter ng closing salutation. Okay? All right. Our next topic is verbals. We're done talking about nouns, so now we will talk about verbals. I'm worrying that okay. Verbals are words that look like verbs but do not function as one. Earlier, I did discuss that. I gave you an example, which was running, shopping, okay? So gerunds, let's talk about gerunds. Gerunds, they end in ing, but they function as a noun. So usually, gerunds are used after a pronoun. Do you enjoy traveling? The verb here is enjoy, traveling is the activity. They did not appreciate my singing. They gave rehearsing all of their free time. So they gave rehearsing all of their free time. Rehearsing students were not allowed to stay at their dormitories. So dito sa case na to, rehearsing students, it's used as an adjective. What kind of students are they? Rehearsing. Okay? Next, we have the infinitives. So, infinitives are also used as nouns. So, ang kanyang basic form ay sunt 2 plus base form of the verb. Human hair is almost impossible to destroy. This will be expensive to repair. Okay, so inseparable sila. Never separate it from the verb. So, human hair is almost impossible to destroy. And dito naman, this will be expensive to repair. You should take this to the repair shop. Okay, wait lang guys, I just have to turn off my AC. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for that commercial. Okay. Let me give some more examples of infinitives. Okay, we have and then we also have again, infinitives and gerunds are under the category of verbals, and when we say verbals, they are words that seem to be verbs, but they are not because they function as nouns. Okay? So these are the examples that I'm giving you. I want to eat. To eat is the infinitive. She likes to read. To read is the infinitive. They decided to travel. It's an infinitive. We plan to study tonight is an infinitive. As you can see, hindi sila yung nagko-function as the action word or the verb in a sentence because on the first example, the word want is the verb. The word likes is the verb. Decided is the verb and plan is the verb. Again, infinitives, they seem very tricky because they seem like verbs, but they're actually nouns. Did you understand it? The marketing team voted to, before they launched the new software, run an anticipatory ad campaign. This is an example of a disruptive. Infinitive should not be split. Okay? So, ano yung correction natin dito sa sentence na to? The marketing team voted to run an anticipatory ad campaign before they launched the new software. So, balik tayo dito. Pinaghiwalay nila yung infinitive, which resulted to split infinitive, which is grammatically incorrect. So it should be, the marketing voted to, alisin mo tong nasa loob ng comma, and then iduktong mo lang siya sa dulo. The marketing team voted to run an anticipatory ad campaign before they launched the new software. So it's easier to understand, it's grammatically correct, and definitely the infinitive functions correctly in this sentence. Okay, so now we will talk about pronouns. Again, pronouns are noun substitutes. Anything that you could use to substitute the main noun. So we have three kinds of pronouns point of view in writing. So we have first person point of view, second person, and third person. So for first person point of view, we use singular pronouns I, me, mine, and plural pronouns we, us, ours. And then in second person, you, yours, you, yours. They are both used both in singular and plural. And then we have the third person POV, he, she, him, his, her, it, it's, them, they, theirs. So basically, first person point of view is when you're talking about your involvement. Okay, you're involved in the situation. So kaya siya first person point of view. And then second person, you're talking about to another person in particular. And then third person is when you're talking about other people. Okay? Gets nyo ba yung concept? So in IELTS writing, it depends on the task type kung kailangan ba ng first person, second person, third person. Because in general training, in letter writing, I believe you should be using first person point of view. Kasi diba, you're writing an invitation letter, you're writing a resignation letter, you're writing a letter of application. So, syempre, first person point of view ang gagamitin mo. Now, when it comes to essay writing, you have to use a more formal tone. So instead of saying, I believe that, it's okay to use it seldom, but it's better to say, to keep it formal. For example, this essay argues that, diba? So you have to make sure that your tone is on the academic language, okay? So we have cases of pronouns. We have number one, which is the nominative case, or what you call the subject pronouns. These are used as a subject of a sentence. When we say the subject of the sentence, it means you are the doer of the action, okay? So these are the nominative pronouns. I, you, we, she, she, it, they. I enjoy learning English. She is preparing for the IELTS exam. They live in the city. And then we also have what you call the objective case pronouns. Objective means the receiver of the action. Kailangan ko pa ba itong i-explain ng further? Okay, sige. Explain ko to ng further kasi magiging last part na din to ng discussion. Oo, ang aga natin natapos. Okay, I will allot 1 hour for those who want to do online coaching. Okay? Since maaga tayo natapos, pwede kong ipaiwan sa ating Zoom meeting kung sino man yung gusto magpa-virtual coaching so that you don't have to come to the branch tomorrow anymore. Okay? Let me know. Send me a message. Okay, so let's talk about subject and object. So we have our subject, Anna. She makes sure so we have Anna, our subject, and gumamit tayo ng pronoun na she. She makes sure they are well-mannered. And this is the nominative case. So ngayon, we have what you call the objective case. She prepares sandwiches for them. So we have them. They are the receiver of the action. Okay? Another example is the boys, they're the subject. They will bring pizza. Who will the pizza be brought to? Their grandparents. So this is the objective case. This is the subjective case. Okay? I think, guys, that's clear and easy to understand. Now we will proceed with the rest of the meeting. Okay, guys, who would like to stay for the one-on-one virtual coaching? Eto si Jefflor, di ba, hindi ka pwedeng magpunta sa branch because you said that you can only... You're in Cebu, am I right? So, let me know right now kung sino yung gustong magpa-coaching because I think I will be very busy on Friday and Saturday. Kasi right after the lecture, I have to go home because I still have online classes. Kaya naman, my only free time is now and tomorrow. So let me know if you guys want. If not, would you like to ask any questions? Let's use this opportunity for